Well, let's see how far I can get on this back. NBA Jam Extreme. The stale old look of earlier jams is no more. Fuck you!
To better days. Oh, that's pretty good though.
No.
Oh. Ah! Very licorice.
I actually like it warmer.
Oh, I
Good
need more
stuff.
Coke. God.
He wimped out.
So this is Acclaim's first attempt to make a jam game without it.
But look, it's pretty street. It's street. We got street going.
It's real, it's real.
Oh shit. Oh shit. It's getting real.
Rapture.
Are you ready for this?
This is taking for fucking ever. I thought the Rapture.
Whoa!
Wow, that was
Whoa.
incredible.
Hey tough guy, you good enough to take on the NBA? You think you can take on the one that's too fast? Whoop,
It's all bullshit anyway.
That's true.
Big head.
Absolutely.
Yes. No one else will. No one else will.
Oh, so many loading screens.
Magic versus Pistons.
So this has Marv Albert during the commentary. Let's pay close attention to his color commentary here.
He is a sweet
He is.
chariot.
He's the man Tim Kitzrow based his performance on.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, if this is the real thing, it must just blow our minds,
oh,
right?
Yes, it must be extreme.
At the very least, it'll sit on our face.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, or
Bite
bite
our
us.
backs a couple times. Sodomize us a little bit. Loading times. Oh god.
With the,
I smell smoke. Augment from the arc.
Nice.
His shoes are melting. Puts up a prayer.
Oh.
It is answered.
That's a pretty nonchalant way of
Oh.
saying he put up a prayer and it was answered. I mean, that's a pretty
and
big
it
deal.
was answer.
Nice.
This is disastrous.
Marv sounds a little bit sleepy in this version. The character models look more alike than the PS2 versions. Like, they look exactly the same. There's no texture. They look like the character from Out of This World. It's just.
Whoa! That was
They've at
pretty
least got that.
That was worth all the bullshit. That's
What? Did you see that? The ball turned into a rectangle as it was flying. Look! Look!
It is that.
Marv Albert just sounds so sedated. You know, Tim Kitzrow was kind of an imitation of Marv Albert. And it's kind of like when you know, someone's telling you these lines from a movie and they're so funny, and then you see the movie and you're like, oh, it actually is not as exaggerated in the actual film. It's kind of like this. It just doesn't seem to give a shit.
And this game kind of suffers from that sort of early PlayStation syndrome where it's like, oh, we can do 3D, but poorly.
And that blimp honestly looks like a sprite out of Duke Nukem 3D.
So one of the alleged big draws of NBA Jam Extreme is like this extreme toggle. And what it seems to be is basically just sort of turbo with more
Juice.
turbo. And what's the point? You don't jam that much better, you don't shoot that much better, you don't extreme that much more extreme, so...
Oh! Oh, God.
That sums us up right there. Look at how dead their faces look. The one on the left looks like a zombie.
And
It looks
the
like
crowd,
something out of Resident Evil or House of the Dead.
they varied the crowd up fairly well. They got like people talking to each other, but what the hell is the point? The controls are slightly sluggish. The addition of the extreme button doesn't really add anything to the game.
Nope.
The graphics don't look as good as crisp sprites do, even though it's 3D. Whoop-de-fucking-do, man. But this game also doesn't add anything to the Jam formula. It just does everything about Jam, but worse.
Yeah, at least...
Oh my god, they killed
Okay,
all
they
those
added
people.
fireworks. I have no further criticisms. I'm just wrong.
Yeah.
This is a better game in every way.
This is a better game.
Fireworks. Once this game failed to sell well, I get the feeling that Acclaim felt like, oh, we can't really make the game as well as Midway did, so we have to just fuck the formula up.
Yeah.
And make a sim game. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Would a sim game work? Would an arcade game work? Would a game with both options work? They didn't know, so they just fumbled about until eventually they went bankrupt for a variety of reasons, and EA got the license to NBA Jam and made their 2010 NBA Jam game, which we just, as we discussed, was pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But what was Midway, the original developer, doing during this time?
There, Tony, I've got your shoe. Let's just put that. NBA Jam. That's what we're here for. See, NBA Jam, it was a good game. Quite good. I personally loved it. I normally really hate sports games because they have essentially nothing in common with the actual sport, but they made it work. It was Midway who were the brains behind that. But Acclaim owned the copyright name. And so they just ran its good name through the dirt. All that work Midway made didn't matter. They didn't earn any of it. So what ended up happening was Midway went their separate ways with them. And they made NBA Hangtime and NBA Showtime and NBA Maximum Hangtime. And then they made Super Mario Artist Kart RPG. They also were the first people to ever test and perfect the technology for the Vertex 3.0 dual Virtual Boy technology, which, as we all know today, is the standard of 3D processing, which you know is the 3DS and the HAL 9000 computer. That was a good workout. I'm going to leave now. We have been drinking a lot tonight, so, sorry about that.
You know, but at the same time, I think I'm convinced that we need to find the true jams and give them a go.
Yeah,
right here.
Yeah.
This may have a title of NBA Hangtime, but to me, it is the sequel to NBA Jam Tournament Edition.
Oh,
So,
yes.
Let's just pop it in.
Let's revive the fragmented Jamology and rock out. Alright. Nice.
I like
Sexy
it.
ladies.
Midway presents NBA Hangtime.
This looks exactly like NBA Jam Tournament Edition, but updated.
Yep.
Literally, it's pretty much carbon copied plus some polish.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. This looks so much better. Oh yeah. This is really fluid. I really like this.
Yeah. There's a huge variety of people in the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is so obviously NBA Jam. It's just like, to be completely... I'm sorry, Richie.
You're playing with Tony. Just
Oh. To be completely honest, if you showed someone a picture of this and a picture of Extreme, you said spot the jam, they'd go, oh, what are you talking about?
Look at that. Look at that.
dunk.
Look at that. That is a jam dunk. When did we see anything remotely similar to that dunk as easily obtained in a game, in any of the other NBA jams, quote unquote?
You just delivered the facial.
Tony, let's see a fire dunk in a real jam.
Go ahead. Bring it on home, Richie. Bring it on home. Bring it on home.
Okay, that's pretty good.
That is good. That is what I want to see.
Here's how we can steal. Yeah, that's a nice feature.
Yeah.
Hint, hint.
Lays it up.
I also like how the turbo meter is pretty generous.
Yeah, it isn't like a huge stickler.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's great. I mean, this is the first time in this gaming session that I'm actually really enjoying the game that we're playing.
And I will
Yeah,
grant that the only real new thing in this game is the alley-oop, but whatever. I'd rather play a good game that is not novel than a novel game that sucks my balls.
Yeah.
Unless it like actually sucks my balls, in which case, great.
Yeah, by all means.
Game on.
NBA Hangtime, pretty damn good. But one could argue at the time that, oh, people want 3D games. People need 3D games. Midway didn't really innovate, other than having the sprites look nicer than the other consoles.
And alley-oops.
And alley-oops, throwing in that. But let's take a little peek at NBA Showtime, NBA on NBC for the Dreamcast.
This game has a television license. It must be incredible.
And it's in full 3D. Also, another really nice thing about this is that, oh, you know, what is my power? What is my speed? What is my 3-point? Oh, look. My VMU tells me exactly what my stats are, which is pretty damn nifty and a good use of the hardware.
He is obsessed
You
with
know
that.
what else would be
and
nifty?
won't let us forget.
What's that?
If John would pick his damn team.
Yeah, that'd be really fucking good.
I'm trying to decide which Dumars. Oh my, is that smooth animation?
Why is everybody a muscle man?
Okay, everyone looks like a 1990s comic book where everyone was like uber over muscular. But you know what? I can tell the difference between everyone, unlike the PlayStation 2 version. Additionally, you can see in the background cardboard cutouts that are basically like GIF animation type quality, a couple frames of movement, but they're much more vibrant, they're much more colorful than the PlayStation 2 version as well.
And the graphics are just crisper. Maybe the models are goofy and oh my god, his neck was not in the proper position right there, but at least they're distinct.
Look at that chick. She's not wearing pants.
I think she was wearing some shorts.
I beg to
Very
differ,
short.
and I will prove it in editing, sir.
And you know what's sad? Looking at this box, since Midway lost the Jam license, they have to advertise themselves as the team that brought us NFL Blitz.
Oh, because they can't even mention it.
So how does this play? We talked about the graphics up and down. How
Yeah.
does this play?
It plays a lot like Jam.
It's smooth. It's really smooth.
So,
This is to Brankovic,
what?
and he'll go to the line.
I guess if you shove too much,
Brankovic
No, John.
brings
wow.
it home.
8 points?
Pointed at the shittiest spot.
Brankovic.
So I guess we don't shove with him anymore.
Yeah, so I guess there are penalties for shoving, but it's not nearly as bad as the NBA Jam 99 version, where it's like you shove and you're like, you're a
Play is getting
fucking
very physical.
disgrace. Marv Albert just shits on you.
Hands off.
I understand that these were good graphics for the time, but I don't really see the need, if you're only going to have one image and one facial expression, to really highlight the characters and like pause them and freeze them and like rotate around them to see the same facial expression every single time.
No, sir.
That would be like if you had some sort of godlike character and you refused to show his face, and then you just had that picture of his face juxtaposed over his face for like 15 minutes plus. It just wouldn't work.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be so inexpressive and it would
Yeah.
lose the magic, really.
It was magic.
Way up in the air.
Nice. That is a jam dunk.
Yes,
Hands off
it
to right.
is.
So, did Acclaim ever get its comeuppance? I guess you could say it did because it eventually went bankrupt, but then again, so did Midway.
But Acclaim went bankrupt because of evil. Midway was just exhausted from spending so much time flying through the air, exhibiting maximum hang time.
It did last a
Good
little
point.
bit longer, and its IPs did much better Mortal Kombat after they were sold off.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, Acclaim was a dark cloud over the sacred realm. But Midway was that glorious hero of time, wielding the Master Sword that gave us some decent gameplay during these years.
But Tony, there's one more jam to review.
Oh my. Thank you, Vintage Video Game Geek. Thank you. And for the first time ever, we're going to reveal his face.